Okay, 1.6, Foundations of Math 30. This is section 1.6. It's going to go real quick, okay? I'm just going to give you some really easy examples from 1.6. First of all, we need to understand what a portfolio is, okay? A portfolio is something where, and you've maybe heard of this term in other areas of your life, right? You put together some kind of, like, let's say you're in art class and you're putting together a portfolio. Well, what you're doing is you're grabbing selections of all of your work from different times or whatever, and you're putting it all together and you're packaging it together to present to the teacher or to give to your art school that you're planning to apply to or whatever, and you're gathering a portfolio. So this is a number of different things collected together, and that's really what we're talking about in math here too. So if we have an investment portfolio, what that is a collection of all of your different investments, okay? And we can calculate the total value of an investment pretty easily. There are easy, straightforward questions, which we're going to focus on here. And that basically is simply adding up the totals for all of the investments that are in your portfolio, okay? So the easy type questions are going to be this. They're going to be, Johnny, makes deposits, let's take a look at this example. So Johnny makes quarterly deposits of $350 into an account, earning 4.25% compounded quarterly. So we've got payments going in over here. Also, Johnny has made a $15,000 investment, earning 4% compounded annually. So we've got this piece for the portfolio and this piece. This is a real easy one if we're asked to find out what is the value of this portfolio now. You just simply find out the value of this, add it to this. The more difficult ones, which I'm not going to do in this video, but the more difficult ones would be one step further. Let me just explain what those might look like. For maybe 10 years, you take the value of this investment for 10 years and this investment for 10 years. Then you find the total value altogether, and then you put it into another investment. So you have to find future values, you add them together, you take that out, and now for 5 years, you're going to put it into a different one. So that's a more complicated type question. I'm not going to focus on that in this video. Just going to go over some basics here of a basic type portfolio question. So what I would do is use this financial calculator that we just talked about in the previous lesson. Again, this is fncalculator.com, and you can find this. It's available to anyone online there. And I would use this to find out what's going on with each of these deposits A and B. So just to make this lesson a little more streamlined, I've actually, I think I've done that for A anyways. So let's take a look at how we might put our A, this part here, investments quarterly. I'm just going to copy that and plunk that over here somewhere so I can see it. Okay. So investments that are quarterly of $350. Okay. $350. And into an account earning 4.25% compounded quarterly. So do I have enough information here? Sure. The end is the default. We'll leave that there. It doesn't say it's at the beginning. Just at the end is fine. Payments of $350. Now notice you can do the negative $350 as I mentioned in the last video, or positive. It doesn't really matter. The percent is going to be 4.25, and that's annual. Now the compounded quarterly. Okay. So here's compounding quarterly. All right. So what kind of periods are we looking at? Quarterly deposits of $350. So the periods are going to be your number of years. That's 15 in the question. Okay. Portfolio was started 15 years ago. 15 times 4, because quarterly is 4 times a year. So 15 times 4 is 60. Okay. 60 periods, and that's quarterly. So you're telling the application here that 60 periods quarterly, that's actually 15 years. Okay. And so when you get here, you tap future value, and you should get this 29. So go ahead and maybe take a moment to do this. Fill in this value. There's 0 present value. Here's your payments. Here's this part, and then calculate future value. Make sure that you can get this, and I'll do that. I'll do the same. Okay, so let's do the second part here, B. $15,000 investment. Present value, 15 grand. Okay, 15,000. Now there's no deposits here, so payments are 0. Future value, we don't know. We're going to come back to that. What's the annual interest rate? Well, it's 4% interest. 4.0 if you wish. And that's annually. Okay, so the periods now, well, it's annual for 15 years, right? So annual for 15 years, that's going to be 15 payments annually. Or 15 periods, okay? And it compounds annually as well. All right, so if you hit reset, you get rid of all those numbers, so don't hit reset. What you want to do is you want to hit future value here. Future value. Do you guys get $27,014.15? 27,1415. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you how to do it in the calculator too in a second. But 27,014.15. 27,014.15. So that's the value of B. And of course, what you then do is you take the value of A. So here's A, the value of A, the value of B, and you add them up. Simple as that. Add them up. Okay? So if you have a TI-83 and you want to know how to do that with a TI-83, then I'll go over that as well. So this is what it looks like on the TI-83. Okay? You get to your application button right here. You hit your apps button, on, apps button, enter, TVM solver, enter again. You get to this screen, okay? So for A, your N is 60, your interest rate is 4.25, present value 0. There's your payments, payments per year, compounding payments, and all that end. And then you scroll down, and this is your 29,165, okay? And on the other side here, this is for B. And so B has an N of 15, a percent of 4. The present value is 15,000, no payments. Payments per year, compounds per year, all one. And you should get the 27,1415. Add them together, and here's the value of your portfolio right here. 56,180.09. Okay. So, like I say, that's the example for 1.6. Again, there are more difficult questions. I'm going to get you just to do number 3 for now. I may get to maybe the higher level questions in this section, but that's just a general overview of A, what a portfolio is, and B, how to use the graphing calculator TI-83 if you want to use the TVM solver, or this really great online advanced calculator. And of course, if you want links to this advanced calculator or to any of these videos, you can go to my website. Here it is, mrmathwell.com. Here's the TVM solver. So that connects you to this page right here. And of course, instructional videos you can find on this entire course. Yes, that was a shameless plug. But hey, it's my video, it's my site. I can do what I want, all right? Okay. All right, does anybody have any questions about this from my students online? Anybody?